Well, that nice warm weekend we had over the past couple of days. Looks like much colder weather and wintry weather coming back in. As a matter of fact, it'd be like you're sitting at a traffic light, cars from behind, whiplash. It'll be weather whiplash though. Heading back into winter in many places. Some high temperatures on Tuesday, 40 degrees colder than they were during the day on Sunday. So we're taking a look at our watches, warnings, and advisories. Not a lot of these right now. Most confident in seeing a decent amount of snow here across the Bighorns, also the eastern slopes of the winds. That's why we have these up here. Includes Powder River Pass over here in the Bighorns, South Pass here in the Wind River Range. Want details on this, start and end times, go to weather.gov/REW and click on your location. As we time out the maximum impact, during the day most of the area should be mainly dry, at least during the morning hours. Rain rarely breaks out in the late morning hours, spreads across the area during the afternoon, mainly snow in the mountains, especially above pass level. And heaviest precipitation will fall tonight. That's one reason we issued a lot of the advisories this morning. And the rain and low elevations will change to snow tonight in some locations, and mainly above about 5,500 feet. And right here, accumulations, very elevation dependent. A couple hundred feet, 1 or 2 degrees may make a big difference in the system, whether you get 3 or 4 inches of snow, or just a cold rain, or just a small slushy coating. Now, the warm ground temperatures from the recent warm weather likely melt snow initially, especially those of you on paved surfaces. Excuse me. And finally, strong wind likely across the area through tonight. Strongest wind probably later this afternoon into this evening, with some subsiding in the wind as we head toward after the midnight hour. Here's expected precipitation. Just about all areas expected to see a decent amount. Emphasis in the area, mainly across areas east of the divide. You see many places picking up at least a 1/4 inch or a 1/2 inch of rain. The 1.5 in Casper, that'll be in Casper Mountain. Most of the city not seeing that much. Maybe a 1/2 inch to an inch around Buffalo. Maybe up to a 1/4 inch here across portions of Sweetwater County. Another bullseye out here across portions of Lincoln County, especially the Star Valley. There's still a fair amount of snow up in here. The snow levels may stay fairly high here, so you may want to watch out for some local flooding in this area as well. Many areas will see a soaking rain out of this and maybe some minor flooding. And as far as our forecast wind gusts, we have north winds coming in today. This is the favorite pattern for these areas. You see the strongest wind gusts, mainly Johnson County. Also here across much of the Bighorn Basin, also down here across Sweetwater County. Wind gusts mainly to 40 to 50, maybe 55 miles per hour. Some places could see a local 60 mile per hour wind gusts, especially in the early evening hours when winds are expected to maximize. Best chance of that, I think, up here around the Buffalo area. Also east of Rock Springs around the airport this year, you could see a wind gust of 60 miles per hour. But those should be fairly isolated. But many areas could see gusts of 50, especially across these darker orange colors. And finally, snow across the area. Start by taking a look at the probabilistic stuff first. This is the low end amounts. Things stay a couple degrees warm where we get mainly rain. Probably at least 5 to 4 to 6 inches here across the higher elevations of the Bighorns. Also here across the portions of the Wind Rivers. Now, Absarokas could get a decent amount. We didn't issue advisories here because these are in areas where just aren't a lot of impacts. It's mainly where there aren't a lot of people this time of year. Now, likely maximum amount, things are a couple degrees colder. See a difference here. I'll click back and forth between this. See a pretty good range across the area. The few areas I have a concern about mainly. One area is right in here. If you're traveling 120 out of Thermopolis, especially around the Teetsy area up toward Cody, there are some areas up in here. I'll draw that in for you, where elevations go up to about 6,000 feet. They could see maybe a few inches of slushy snow even on the roads there, so we may have to issue an advisory there. Also the west of Riverton, heading up toward Crowheart, up toward DuBois. Many of this area is 6,000 to 7,000 feet, could be a couple inches of snow here. And also heading south out of Riverton, areas like Sweetwater Station, over toward Jeffrey City, higher elevations in here. Could see 2, 3, maybe 4 inches of snow if things cool off a little bit. Another major area of travel that I'm concerned about, right here, US 2026, especially when you get past Monida over toward Powder River, the higher elevations here around Highland, about 6,000 feet. Could be a couple inches of snow here if the snowfall rates are really good. But the highest amounts you can see around the mountains, some places could pick up locally up to a foot. The highest elevations here across the Wind River Range, highest elevations of the Bighorn Range, also here across the Absarokas. Now the most likely amount we'll see across the area, 48-hour snow amount, you can see lower elevations, we're generally expecting about 1 inch or 2. These might be a little bit small here. I could see 1 inch around Cody, maybe 1 to 2 around Lander. That might be a little bit low there, but most areas probably not seeing that much. This will be mainly on non-paved surfaces as well. Most of the roads, unless the snow really comes down hard, probably won't see a lot. Most likely accumulations a lot, obviously. Bighorns, Wind River Range, also portions of the Absarokas. Want resources, weather, just go to our website, weather.gov/RIW. And for road conditions, again, don't call us for road conditions. Go to WYDOT. You get it right from the source here. WildRoad.info on the web. You want to call them on the phone, 511 in-state, 1-888 Wild Road out of state. Be safe, everybody, and enjoy your day.